So hello, I'm the Alchemist, and in this video I'm going to be showcasing Mortal Kombat 11 and Injustice 2 character counterparts. Now, the first one we got here is Hellboy and Jax Briggs. They're pretty much the same character. It's kind of funny how similar they are. Now let's go into why. So Hellboy uses a gun, as you can see there, and he has a big fist and he punches a lot. The same exact thing with Briggs is, he has robotic arms that he punches a lot with, and he carries a gun. And their personality and the way they go about themselves is really similar as well. And Jax Briggs actually has another combo that's just like that, where he picks you up with his hand and punches you. This one right here. And yeah, and I like the character design on Hellboy's coins. I think that's really cool as well. I always love playing as Hellboy. And there's a little bit of footage of him fighting himself, and I find it kind of funny that I don't know why Mortal Kombat doesn't have character powers. I think it should, because it would balance the gameplay out a little bit more, rather than, okay, let me double tap a button and then maybe something will happen depending on how much I have. Like, I like how character power is like, okay, it's charged, you can use it once it's charged. I don't like how it is in Mortal Kombat 11. Whew. As you can see here, and this intro kind of explains a lot of what I was saying, so I thought I'd show that as well. Okay, so Jax Briggs, right? Jax Briggs is awesome because he has so many moves. The problem with him, though, is that he's very slow. He's a very tanky character, which I like and all, but if he's getting hit constantly and you can't, defend yourself very well, then it's kind of annoying. And I've noticed that while playing some online matches. That's what I've noticed. And you can see here just the attitude of him always punching his fists together to heat him up so you can do more damage. He does have a combo that allows him to pick up a guy and punch him. Unfortunately, that wasn't working for some reason. I couldn't get him to do it. But, yeah. So sorry about that. But as you can see, the similarities, the gun, punching the fist, the attitude, like I said. I feel like a lot of how they designed Hellboy, it comes a lot from Jax Briggs, since I didn't know this, but Briggs has been a character since the original Mortal Kombat, if I remember right. Or maybe it was Mortal Kombat 2, don't quote me on that, but I love his demeanor. This is my variation of him, as you guys can clearly tell, because he's white, and I think his default clothes are black. Trying to get his chronic arms unlocked. I don't know if that's a thing, but I wish I really wanted to be. But anyways, moving on to the next character. Okay, so the next character we have here is the Collector, and the Collector is just an evil, disgusting, just whacked in the head sort of character. Because, yeah, he's clever and stuff, but as you can see right now, you already know who I'm going to compare him to just based off his stance. He is like Scarecrow in Injustice 2, and there's a couple of reasons why. You'll notice that just the demeanor, they come off as being a little odd and not normal. They all want to eat your soul and kidnap you and basically torment you as much as possible. The biggest difference, though, between them is that the way they fight is a little bit different. But other than that, they're almost the exact same. I mean, there's nothing that's that much different, in all honesty. Well, one thing that I really like about the Collector is his fatality is like absolutely disgusting, and it kind of showcases more about what I'm talking about. But his design, I like this design a lot because that he just looks like a collector. He looks actually like more like a merchant, which is the kind of look I was trying to get him to go for, kind of. Also his backpack, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but there's a skull on the back of it. It's kind of small, but I chose the skull because I thought it looked cool. Yeah, he's just, yeah, his everything about him is just evil and mischief, you know. And it makes sense for Mortal Kombat because, you know, fatalities and brutalities are the thing. Now let's talk a little bit, you know, about Scarecrow. Now, Scarecrow is an interesting character because, you know, he's got that hook that he uses and can, how we say, what he does is he'll, you notice how Collector's warping back and forth like that? That's a lot, that's kind of how you play with Scarecrow, you know? You don't want to ever let him, you know, by himself and all that. So here's Scarecrow, right? He's got the long hook, he warps really fast, he's got the green tear gas, which turns him into Scarecrow. That's the biggest difference between Scarecrow and someone like the Collector, is that Scarecrow is a human that's possessed by, that can turn into something like this, versus the Collector just already is that without, that's just who he is as a character. And that kick right there, I don't know if you guys saw that, but that kick is another thing that pins them together as well, because it looks almost the exact same, and their body type is very similar. And it's just awesome. That combo is just deadly right there. Oh, you see that crack? That's probably the grossest thing in this game. Because it's not like Mortal Kombat where all the finishing moves are gory and bloody and all that. This is more of a kid-friendly Mortal Kombat. And yeah, I just find it, I find him cool. I love the Scarecrow's whole design. I love that he's just the creepiness. He walks with a little more creepiness to him than the Collector does, in all seriousness. It's comparable to something like Lord of the Rings when you see the what is it called? When you see the trolls, the original Lord of the Rings, not the Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings, when the animation, how creepy they are, the way they move and walk, it's very similar to how Scarecrow and the Collector kind of move, or that suspicious look that's just very interesting, and, you know, I find it cool. I think that if you could, especially this right here, kind of showcases them more, but I also think that because he's so creepy, it fits really, really well, and I've said that over and over again, but that's kind of the biggest thing that links them together. But, yeah.
But its souls are
okay, so this character is Enchantress, and Enchantress is, you guys might remember her from movies like Suicide Squad and Injustice 2. But she's an interesting character because of her like attitude towards certain characters in this game. It's very like very aggressive, and she uses a lot of its magic. And, you know, there's only one character really in Mortal Kombat that uses magic like this, like how you're seeing here, and that's her counterpart is Scarlet, when she uses blood magic in Mortal Kombat 11. But the things I want to point out is that combo you see her do, where she takes her sword out and pulls and kicks. This one right here. Not this one, sorry guys, the one right after. It's like one of the first combos she does here. That's the grab attack, but the thing about her grab attack is it's very, like, obviously you can tell that she's possessed by it, that she's taking another person's body and holding this combo right here. That combo showcases massive similarities between her and Scarlet, so that's kind of what you're seeing here. And just the fact that they're witches and they kind of they kind of summon things, magic, and also when they get up like that, when they do the victory animation, it's very similar. The only difference is it's not as dramatic as Enchantress. Like Enchantress is just over the top. And then you have Scarlet's, which is sort of like hangs up in the air and then, you know, makes the blood rain down on her. So that, so there's that. Also, and again, like I said earlier in the video, I really do wish that Mortal Kombat kind of had character powers. They kind of don't. And I think it would balance out the fighting a little bit more. Yeah, and I'm noticing just a lot of the combos are very similar to Scarlet's, and like the throw is way different, but her attacks are very similar. It's almost like they took Scarlet's abilities and helped them design Enchantress. I think that is, I think that's what they did, and I think it will turn out really well. So you know, there's plenty of things. What's funny is like to get some of these combos, I do use the AI, so that's kind of what you're seeing here, and just to showcase the similarity even more. So here's Scarlet, right? She uses blood magic and a knife and a dagger. That's the only thing that's visibly there is the knife, but everything else she summons using blood magic. I don't know if she's taking it from her own blood or if she's taking it from the blood from which she's attacking. Like, I don't know. I don't really know the lore, so someone could probably easily answer that for me, but that pull attack, like she just did right there, that one is the same one where Enchantress takes her magic and kind of pulls the character towards her. Except that when that happens, it's kind of the end of a combo, so you can't really do anything out of it. Same thing with Scarlet. Scarlet's fascinating to me, though, because I like her personality a lot. I think that it's cool as a character trait, although people are probably mad at me for saying this, but her voice actor, I can never understand what she's saying. So there is that. But when you do know what she's saying, you can understand everything. It's pretty cool just to see, you know, her animation. And her animations are a lot more aggressive than Enchantress's, for sure. I just think that she's unique and can do things that are really cool. And before I go on to the next character, I like to just point out that her design, I tried to make it look like Enchantress, so all the green versions didn't look that cool, so I thought this would be the coolest one, so I thought I'd showcase that. And again, the pull attack and the pull blood attack that she does, and when she gets her sword out, is what makes her really cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and as always, I'm out.